A two-stroke, or two-stroke cycle, petrol engine, is a type of internal combustion engine that completes a power cycle with two strokes or up and down movements of the piston during one power cycle. This power cycle being completed in one revolution of the crankshaft.
A two-stroke gasoline engine is different from the four-stroke gasoline engine. In a two-stroke engine, the inlet and exhaust ports are opened and closed by the movement of the piston. But it is still an internal combustion engine and has the 5 events common to all such engines. Intake occurs when the air-fuel mixture enters the crankcase. It's then transferred from the crankcase to above the piston. Compression, forcing the mixture into a small volume. Ignition, when the spark from the spark plug ignites the mixture and it burns. Power, where energy released by combustion generates the force that turns the crankshaft. And exhaust, removing leftover gases. As in all internal combustion engines, these 5 events must occur, but not always in the same way. The whole process is a cycle. A new mixture enters and is ignited. Combustion occurs. Expanding gases drive the piston down and turn the crankshaft, which pushes the piston back up the cylinder.
Let's run the cycle again. The piston moves up the cylinder. The top of the piston covers the exhaust port. The bottom uncovers the inlet port. Air-fuel mixture enters and circulates in the sealed crankcase below the piston. The piston rises and compresses the mixture above it. A spark plug ignites it and it burns. Pressure from the expanding gases pushes the piston down in a power stroke. The top of the piston uncovers the exhaust port and lets exhaust gases escape. The bottom of the piston covers the inlet port and forces air-fuel mixture up into the now open transfer port. The piston reaches bottom dead center and the crankshaft forces it back up to repeat the process. Notice which events occur above the piston: compression of the air-fuel mixture into the combustion chamber, combustion for the power stroke, and scavenging of the exhaust gases. Notice the events that occur below the piston: intake into the crankcase, pre-compression of the air-fuel mixture in the crankcase, and the transfer of mixture from the crankcase through the transfer port and into the combustion chamber.
This intake system is called a piston port system because the piston acts as a valve to cover and uncover the ports. This intake system uses a rotary valve. The crankcase has a hole open to the crankcase chamber and a rotary valve cover attached to the carburetor. The rotary valve is mounted on the crankshaft between the crankcase and the valve cover. As the crankshaft turns, the rotary valve rotates with it, opening and closing the inlet port as it does so. Some two-stroke engines, such as outboard motors, use an intake system with a reed valve. It's a small, flexible metal plate that covers the inlet port, and it can be attached to the crankcase or to the inlet port. It opens and closes automatically, according to changes in pressure in the crankcase. The two-stroke engine makes only 2 strokes, one up and one down for each time it fires. That's only 1 revolution of the crankshaft for each cycle. Compare this with a 4-stroke that needs 2 revolutions of the crankshaft for each engine cycle, and only 1 power stroke for each 4 engine strokes. In one two-stroke cycle, the crankshaft does 1 revolution. In that 1 revolution, how many strokes does the piston do? 2 strokes. Out of those 2 strokes, how many actually produce power? In a 2-stroke cycle, only 1 stroke delivers energy to the crankshaft.